tonight, well, I know what we're doing. We're going to be watching a watch along with House of the Dragon like we did last week. Hoping to have some fun with this, just like we did last week, to be honest with you. We're going to give it a couple of minutes here. So, Greg, what do you think may happen? What are you hoping for with this episode?
Man, we're gonna see the aftermath of a lot of things, right? We're gonna see how Rhaenyra reacts to her son getting killed, that whole situation. I imagine she's gonna go full dragon and just want to torch everything. We're gonna see what happened to Corlys, the sea snake, right? We're gonna see what happened to him. We're gonna see like the aftermath, sheep eater. What happened to our boy? Just lit everything, took everybody out. Yeah. So we're gonna see a lot of aftermath of what basically what episode one would have been if that was the finale. They were gonna roll into see what happened to everybody post all that action.
So, would you be, before we even watch it, we're going to see it in a minute, would you be okay with it being a lot of like just that kind of stuff where it's a lot of dialogue, characters meeting each other, not a lot of action, or do you still want some action in this second episode here?
I mean, I'm always pro action, right? Just give me a little, even a little morsel, just a little something,
a little taste,
just a little taste, just taste buds a little bit. But I'd be okay with if it was just like dialogue, setting up a bunch of things where everybody's going on, and then the next episode maybe they set everything up. But it's Game of Thrones, so it's never perfectly set up. Like you just it comes out of nowhere sometimes, so you just gotta be ready to go. So I expect something.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with that. Like I said, I'm like you, like action's fun and everything else, but at the same time, I don't want action to mess up the story. So if they want this episode need to have a lot of dialogue scenes, a lot of characters interacting and doing the thing for the story, I'm going to be more up for that than action. But if action needs to be there, it needs to be there. And all that stuff. I see a couple of people joining us right there. Hope you guys are going to have some fun. We're about to hit started. And actually, if you're already in the already watching with us right here, we're about to do a countdown, so you can actually count down with us when you push play. And everything else, we just wanted to give it just a couple of minutes to do that. But I agree. I think there's just going to be a lot of reactionary stuff, and as long as they do it well, we're going to be enjoying it and talking about it right after we get through watching it. All right. Everybody, we're about to get this started.
Episode 2. Let's go.
The dog's ready on the background, obviously. But 3, 2, 1, go.
Nintendo. Dun, 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 dun.
Just in case people are watching with us and stuff and trying to time it out, we will be going ahead and just watching it whenever we hit play from the very beginning, from the little HBO screen. That's it. So we will be watching
the intro. Yeah. We already said that we're a pro the intro and the song choice.
Yeah, always Game of Thrones, pro intro, pro.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool because it's not exactly the same every time. Sometimes if you pay attention to the intro, you can actually see what the story may be about in this particular episode and stuff. Yeah. They especially did that during the original Game of Thrones. Like you would see different places and you would know, oh, okay, so we're going to this place this week and all that stuff, which was really cool.
Dun, dun, dun. A lot of dancing and dragons. Dun, 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 dun.
My man said, bro, why can't we see it? Oh, because our channel would be taken away? Yeah, I'm pretty sure HBO is going to be super cool with us showing the actual episode live on YouTube. Oh, yeah. HBO might even pay us money to do it. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here.
But HBO, if you want to make that happen.
Yeah, I mean, if HBO wants to work with us and stuff like that, we'd be more than happy to take a couple of dime and throw it on the channel for people to watch. We are going straight to the water.
Is his name Jace, right?
Yep, Jace. Maybe that's him, I guess, that may be floating to the top, but I don't know if that's what they're trying to show or not. Still got the battle going on, so we're coming in right with the battle still going on.
Got another body floating.
I don't know what's attached to him there.
Yeah.
Looked a little weird.
Yeah. No speculation on what that looks like.
Yeah, buddy. Sorry. Yeah, we can't show that live. We'd be sued up our buttholes.
Oh, there we go. Oh,
That's kind of cool. Like the silence of it, almost like you're not hearing everything that's going on, but just seeing somebody get cast into flames. Okay, so there's definitely more dragons here. So I'm assuming maybe those guys that were sitting there talking might have got involved. We got homegirl upset.
Our man is gone.
She's got him right there.
Oh, there he is. I wonder who that third dragon is, because like his is dead.
I'm assuming maybe one of those guys, you know, like those three guys that were talking that
Oh
were
yeah.
up when the Green Man showed up last episode. That's what that was, the Antler Man. People were calling it the Antler Man. That was actually a Green Man. The Dragon Handlers. And this guy, bro, you know how he's got to be feeling? He's probably going to get killed this episode, to be honest.
Yeah,
he's the one that locked the door.
He's barbecued. Yeah. Great music, great.
I mean, he did what Jace told him to, but brah.
Yeah.
I think you're about to get taken the F out.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. I think she already braced herself, but it's still going to be terribly shocking.
Yeah, she ain't wanting to see that, bro. Oh, damn.
Damn.
Ooh, here it comes. Please like and subscribe if you're in there for the first time. We got a Discord you can join. It's going to be part of the description and everything else. And we're here giving our live reactions to things that happen to the show right here. Yeah. Sometimes it's better, you know, it'd be fun watching it with a group of people and stuff and giving your reactions. Put them comments up there. Pretty good acting performance right here. I'm going to give Rhaenyra's actress here. Super good. Oh, there we go.
Dracarys.
She is not going to like that shit. Because he's the one that technically locked her in that room last week.
Yeah. This is a samurai culture. He would have just impaled himself already.
Oh, did not see this coming.
It's only.
And the crazy part is a part of her kin is the reason why he's dead is because she showed up being stupid over here on Sheep Stealer and don't even know what the hell they're going on.
Yeah. I wonder if they know what. I mean, they've had to have figured that out, right? Or no?
Nah, I don't know. Think anybody's even came up and said anything about blaming her yet or not. She should get blamed and she should get some kind of punishment, maybe even for it. To be honest with you, it was just a really dumb move.
You think we're gonna see like is Sheep Skiller already with them or just chilling with them now, or did you think he just flew off?
Well, I mean, she's still riding him, as far as I know.
Mhm. Well, that wasn't her. That was the other girl.
No, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. The other girl that was riding that went into
Yeah.
battle with him, like, is the one that messed up.
Yeah. Okay. Now he's looking for his dad.
Lord Dad.
That I can't call you dad. Oh, look at this majestic ride. Oh, here's Sheep Stealer.
This is the Airy. So she's coming down here to. Oh, this is the girl that screwed up.
Yeah. Is she afraid now to go back?
I don't blame her. She should be afraid. It was like super dumb. Ooh, ooh, little enticing there when offering the dragon.
I love her uniform. Dun 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 dun.
Oh, nice. The
Well, let's
North
go.
Northman getting it on with Damon.
Yeah. Mhm. This guy. Mhm. Oh, he's dead.
Let's see how he takes it. I'm pretty interested in seeing how he's going to take it.
He's gonna drop his wine.
Because you got to remember that wasn't technically his kid, so like it's still
Yeah.
family, not his kid. I wonder what she told him.
Yeah. Other than he dies, right? Lord Dad, where are you?
Nice little moment between these two.
Hmm. Forgot his name was Alan.
Oh shit, they're getting like a little romantic here. Like, what's going
I don't know. Maybe foreshadowing.
There's his brother.
Yeah. Good luck trying to find all that.
Yeah, good luck trying to find like somebody that might be looking like they're dead but not dead yet.
The Ravens.
Quote the wave and never mind.
There's Palpatine.
Nice. Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, he didn't last very long.
Yeah. What is the Lannisters thing? They always pay their debt, or
Yeah, always paying debt.
oh, okay, getting dirty.
Yeah, bro, he's just
Went
stabbing the hell out of him.
with the prison shank. And I'm handicapped.
Yeah, super handicapped by that. Well, they did find him.
Oh, he just shows up.
Yeah, it's just that I would say that's
That's
a,
weird.
a negative for the episode there. It's like around you have a cool moment between like two of the siblings or family members there, and then all of a sudden like he's just there.
I thought we just saw him like passed out in the liver. Alan Arise.
It would have been different if the guy riding the dragon would have like turned the dragon around, but he
Yeah.
just kept going like he didn't see anything.
It's like, I can kind of acknowledge y'all now because my wife is dead. Dun, dun, dun.
Was that her son leaving?
Yeah, after the makeout sesh.
Oh god. Why is there a random dude just running around with their dicks hanging out here? Yeah, bro. She even throwing her daughter under the bus on this.
What are these Three Musketeers called again?
Dragon Riders. Bro, Damon trying to whoop him into shape.
Knock the filling out. He's on his way now.
Perhaps it old. So we got movement. They notice Rhaegar is leaving to the Riverland.
Chop chops.
See, like in the book, like she doesn't do any of this stuff right here that's happening right now. So like, it's
Who,
gonna be weird
Allison?
how that. Yeah, Allison doesn't do any of this. So they do know the dragon was there. They just don't know who was riding it. Yep. Sad, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about that message that was on the dagger like that her dad told her about in season like 1 or season 2, one of the two. But that's what he's talking about because he found out what it was as well. That dream he saw was about Daenerys from the original Game of
Mm-hmm.
What else, Shu? Those who are with us, like, drop a comment in there. Tell us how much you liking or maybe even disliking the episode so far. I'm pretty interested in it. I know that. Right, little Jasper caught red-handed. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Not anymore. You ain't the master of shit.
Her trail's now covered up. Dun, dun. Targaryen blood boiling. No, not Anakin. Dun, dun. Save it. I'm about to kill everybody.
All right. Mm. Yes, remember.
Remember.
Let him down. Better not. Better not see no smirk.
I'll smack the other filling out of your mouth. And we don't have great insurance. Here we go. Regulators, mount up.
All right, what's really going to happen here?
The sacred godwood.
Yeah, so she's thinking, oh, this is the last person that I got. I was thinking family that might be okay. This is a crazy decision right here.
I missed it. What'd you say?
She's basically giving him the decision of like, basically letting it peaceful or like breaking it down for him. It's like peaceful, or are you gonna just sit here and die getting burned by some dragons?
Yeah.
They finally get the move.
Batman? And he's the biggest dragon, right?
Yeah. How long is it gonna take him to realize like nobody's there? Well, except for the people he's burning to crisp right now. It looks pretty badass.
Yeah. Something doesn't smell right other than burning flesh. Okay. Showing he can put in work.
All right. Yeah. See, me, I would never go to Harrenhal for shit. Never, just not ever go there.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Mm.
Nice.
All I have is a fork.
Well, I probably.
Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
That's all I want to
Oh,
see.
dog, we ain't listening to your bullshit.
Yeah.
That's some of that bullshit.
Mm.
Oh, father. Oh,
Father,
looks like you're gonna die now.
I'm just gonna piss my pants.
Should have added like you were just some poor sack of shit that just happened to be there at the table.
Oh.
That fucked him up. Oh, this guy is stabbing? Did he actually get a hit in?
I don't know if he pierced the armor or what.
Oh, look at this. Now she's gonna like weasel her way into getting a castle when she wanted to begin with.
We got a lot of women doing a lot of things in this episode. Uh-oh.
He did get hurt. This is gonna be the reason why he has to be with her for a second.
Yeah. Help me, and I'll give you Harrenhal.
Yeah, he getting messed up, bro. He got messed up pretty bad now. He can't even walk straight. It definitely doesn't happen like this in the story either.
All right.
But I'm cool to see it through as long as it gets to a point.
I don't know if I could see him already incapacitated. But I guess you have to do it for the story, right?
My man, I think he just made up his mind. He thought he was going to fight. He stood up there like a champion.
Like,
And I think when he saw 4 of them, he was like, nah, fuck this, man. We don't want, yeah. All right, so here will be the thing. Is there going to be any conflict between Allison and Rhaenyra here? Like, are they going to bump into each other before she gets out of here?
I mean, why would they be? She held her up at the end of the bargain.
Yeah, but that was before her son died.
Oh, okay.
That's the only reason why I would question it is because like maybe she's like skirt store Earth right now. Like, you know, hell, shit, screw this.
Maybe she decides to just burn everybody.
I would find it funny if Damon just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna kill all these people.
Oh, like the other dragon just has to go into the front door.
Some of them doing the smart thing, getting the hell out of the Dodge.
Yeah.
I don't know who that poor bastard was and was just looking at the ground, but
They're still in the thinking this might be a trap, but it's not.
maybe not.
You think
I think
Allison
that's
pulls
probably
fast
how
enough? Episode ends?
I'm kind of hoping they bump into each other here. Like,
Why would she have beef with Allison now?
like I said, it's not about beef; it's about her son's dead.
But how is that Allison's fault?
Because Allison is the whole her misreading Rhaenyra's. She's like just looking at Damon murdering those fools. There you go. Little throat slash for you, just in case you were wondering. But no, I mean, all this started because of a fight, but basically between them two, and then Allison like thinking her dad was like saying something totally different that he didn't say, and tried to make her son king.
Mm.
When Rhaenyra all the time was supposed to be the true heir. He had already said it.
Yeah. I keep forgetting, is Otto dead or where's Otto? Her dad.
I do think it's pretty crazy though that they would just like walk. Like I get the dragons outside, like not a lot
Yeah.
of people probably gonna mess with you there, but it's pretty crazy how Damon's is walking through a damn castle just killing folks.
Yeah.
Like with no backup, it's just him.
Straight Vader style.
Well, it makes him look like a badass, but like I'm
Yeah.
just like, bruh, I don't know if it would have happened like this. Of course, you can argue that like some of them aren't actually against Rhaenyra getting here.
Hope it ends with her just sitting on the throne.
Probably will be. The things people will do for this throne.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here goes. We got a King's
Navigator.
Guard here with some other guys. I don't know if all the other ones are King's Guard. Yeah, so something's gonna happen here.
Like, dragons, help!
So yeah, this move was stupid as hell to come in here, unless
These guys are on our team. Is Allison coming through?
well, these are the gold cloaks. So like apparently they'll probably take and Damon was in charge of them at one time, like at the like a few years back. Well met.
Let's go. Point the other way, Renera. Point the other way.
You beat old man.
That guy's like, all right, real quick.
Oh man, your ass beat. Just give it up.
I hope he goes out like a G.
Yeah, maybe he'll like just be like, oh, he just let him grab. Oh, if you ain't gonna like kill yourself or do something like that, don't be a pussy. Like, yep. Yeah, like things we'll talk about here a few minutes after this episode ends here.
Psych. He's not here.
Yeah, he's not there. He's been gone.
Maybe that's what she gets mad at Allison for.
Yep.
Aegon not being here.
Aegon's not there. Home dude's over there at Harrenhal now. And
well, she wanted that, but now they can't jump him because other dragon riders decided not to stay there.
but I will say, this is all a bunch of miscommunication.
They're dead.
He did the right thing.
So Allison fled with the queen, right? I will become more powerful than.
Ooh, who's he offering up here? Okay, they're trying to get out of town. Are they going to make it?
Oh, but a dragon just stops him. Like, hey, where you going?
Yeah. A lot of dragons just all of a sudden start talking like, hey,
Where do you think you're going?
yeah, well, nah, but leave him. Don't do it, Damon. Ooh, whoa. Okay, so this is the Master of Whisperers. He gave a gift, supposedly. So let's see what gift it is.
It's the mountain.
We thought it was Jasper, but Jasper wasn't good enough.
That was the appetizer.
Oh, they're going to end it like that.
No.
Okay, I was like, bro, I was about to have to. I was about to drop kick him up.
Is it the man in the iron mask?
It's cross promotional. He's just like, it's going to end with him laughing.
Yeah,
He's
not gonna show who it is. Yeah. Who is it? Is it Otto?
Bro, that is Otto. Holy shit.
I was asking what happened to that dude. The Return of Otto Hightower.
Bro, how did he get in like one of the cells and not one of the family members know?
We meet again, Otto.
Bro, Jasper's like, thank God there was somebody more
Hated. How's this guy still alive? Damn it.
I don't want Otto to die because he's like one of the better actors and characters.
I guess I'll kill him. Hell.
She is going to possibly show mercy because she's going to try to act like she's doing the good thing, I'm going to assume. Bro, perfect thing to say too. It's like, bro, I'm going to get hacked up. You're probably not going to be able to take my head off with one shot. Damon probably can't.
I've seen him do it. Do you like that Rhaenyra's choking right now? After her son did, you would like to see like
I don't think she's going to be able to. But in some ways you could use this as be like, you don't let him go, you don't let him like get any up with anybody really, but you say I spare your life because like I'm not here to kill, I'm here just to take the spot that I was supposed to have taken before the upsuper tried to take it from me. You could do that and be political with it and possibly get a lot of people to back you at that point because they're like, oh, okay, so she's not just coming in here killing everybody, she's trying to like just take her spot.
Like, damn, I'm about to get hacked, bro.
Or she just stabbed him in the back.
Oh.
Okay, so she did it.
All right,
She missed that first time.
Yeah, oopsies. Do overs. Now stab him through the head like a shish kebab. Oh.
What? He didn't last long, bro. I don't even know why he tried to talk.
This is what it takes to get to the throne, girl. Now claim it. This is
Thing is, she probably shouldn't have did that, to be honest with you. Like I said, the strategy possibly could have been like what I was saying if you were trying to be diplomatic about it and stuff like that, because you proved that like, hey, I'm not trying to be like this asshole that's just going to chop people's heads off. I'm literally only trying to get the position my dad told me that I was supposed to get. And you fools allowed all this because y'all all backed something that was a lie.
well, they already got the banners up. When do they come with the dragons? They got them stuffed away in the dragons.
Well, I mean, they're all basically Targaryens.
Yeah.
Even the High Towers are part of the Targaryen family. That's what the whole thing's been, is Targaryens fighting each other, being their own demise. It's like, bro, this chair sucks.
It's not even comfortable.
Yeah, God, why does people keep fighting for this thing?
Where's the crown? Put the crown on her. It is I, Puss in Boots.
There's another one.
They got
They're
Allison.
bringing her in.
Got her.
They called her. Oh shit!
Oh, there's
Now
her
she
dad.
just sees her dad. Oh damn!
Yeah,
It's all going to hell.
Yeah, now she's like,
She didn't even know. But how did she not know? How did Loras get him in there? Oh shit!
oof. What a face off.
Yeah, to be honest with you, there is a lot of things a changing and how they tell a story. And I'm pretty sure, I haven't looked or anything, but I know that there are going to be a couple of issues with how they like, a lot of people like the character of Otto, and Otto is not there anymore, so a lot of people's going to hate that. They probably didn't want him. They a lot of people would be like assuming it's Game of Thrones. Somebody's going to die. You know, he's probably going to die eventually or something for some reason. But being this early into the season, I don't know if they're going to like it very much. I don't know if they're going to like it very much. But I will say that was some pretty crazy stuff, guys.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. I wonder if we have a. Okay, we do have a placement here. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do, guys. The couple of people that's watching us live right now, we just got through watching the episode. Give us a second to gather our thoughts. Give a chance to get like pee break or grab a drink or something like that before we actually start the actual talk that we're gonna have here for the episode. So yeah, give us 1 second. I'm gonna throw the be right back up real quick, Greg. So like if you need to go to the restroom and stuff before we actually do the review, like I said, we'll be back in just a couple of minutes. All right. Give me 1 second as we kind of transition into the actual review right after we got through with it here. Boom, boom, boom. How you doing, Greg? How you feeling like this? It's like,
I feel like these episodes are packed full with so much information that it's hard to really, especially on the first viewing, just kind of like gather all my thoughts of what happened in all this episode. Just so much.
yeah, there's a lot of things that happened, didn't happen, all that thing. So we're about to get into it. I'm getting something set up in the back here.
Do my best to remember everything, make some good points.
I'm doing something to help. I'm doing something to help us out with that.
But it was a great episode. Great follow up episode to the last one.
Yeah, I think I'm. As we start talking about it, have a couple of issues and stuff like that. Not anything like super big, but yeah, there might be a couple of things to like criticize and everything else. All right, think I am ready to go. You ready to go?
Lock and load, baby. Let's go.
Lock and load. Let's do this thing. So this is our season 3, episode 2 review. We just got through watching it on the channel. Our live reactions of while things was happening and everything else. Hope you guys like enjoyed that part of it. But now, yeah, we're not took a little bit of a break there to get our thoughts together just a little bit to think about things and all that. But yeah, there's a lot of things to go over, a lot of things to try to like talk about and rationalize there. We'll kind of just try to our best to go through this in order. Um, and one of the things that we saw here was the show opened up. You see like Jace floating on top of the water and everything. You still see some of the dragons, some of the aftermath of the battle that was going on that we saw in the first episode. Obviously, this was just like cleanup. It was a couple of little skirmishes that were still happening. And we had Corliss like out there. We most of us knew he was still alive, so we knew that they had to end up finding him and everything else. So you got the one brother, he's on the ship trying to find him because he doesn't have a dragon or anything right now.
Alan.
And then we had his brother that was flying on the dragon trying to search for him. And his granddaughter was actually out there trying to search as well. But yeah, I think the biggest thing right here at the beginning of the episode was the granddaughter coming back with Jace. She picks him up, carries him back on the dragon, back to the castle. What did you think about that? So we had the guy, the King's Guard, that was the one that locked him up and stuff like that, or locked up Rhaenyra in the room so that Jace could go do what he ends up doing, and ends up costing Jace his life. So we got to see like him see what's happening, and then we had obviously Rhaenyra seeing Jace for the first time being dead. What did you think about that?
I was anticipating what was going to be like, what was the emotions, how they're going to set this up, how is it going to be. And I think they did a really good music choice. It was really somber. They were passing around his body. Obviously the big part is how is his acting going to be when Rhaenyra sees him, right? How is the actress going to portray this dramatic, hurtful scene, for Rhaenyra. And so I thought the actress did a good job of choosing her the way she dealt, the way she expressed her emotions and stuff like that. I thought the guy was gonna get killed right away. That the guy who held him back. I thought out of pure like just rage or just impulse, he was gonna kill him. So that didn't happen. But yeah, it was beautiful played. Just heart wrenching. To know, being a mother and seeing your child die, and knowing that if you would have, that. You're not even probably thinking that could have been you, but you're like, I'd rather it be me than him. But at the end of the day, you're thinking, I could have prevented all this. Like, why did you? It's just so much emotions in that one scene, and it was just it was tough to take it all in. It was it was emotional.
No, I totally agree, because like there was a lot of things happening. So you see the King Guards guy, his reaction, he knows like, oh shit, bro, like I screwed up, like because he's dead now, and then like he did ask about the battle and realized it was a victory and everything else. And then you saw the Rhaenyra. I have to give the actress playing the Rhaenyra character. I think that opening scene there where, she walks in, sees Jace for the first time, and she's like trying to talk to him, like, hoping like he's not dead. But, then as she realizes, I think that was spectacular. I thought that was really good acting by her. By the actress that plays Rhaenyra. And I thought it was really interesting though, like you said, I thought Rhaenyra was gonna like go through those emotions, stand up, get super ridiculously mad and pissed off about the situation and all that, and go for blood right away. We even have her Kingsguard kind of like, and I think he did the smart move. Like, I think he was probably thinking like us, oh shit, I'm dead. But then he like basically gives himself up. Gets on his knees, lays out his sword, and says, I have failed you, basically saying like I deserve death or whatever. And like she decides not to kill him. One of the things she's like, like if I take your life, what will Jace think, right? Or it won't Jace back, basically. It's like, if I take you and kill you, it's not going to make my son like wake up and start talking again. Like he's gone. Yeah. So what does that really change? And that was kind of like, I was like, I don't know if it's good or bad. Like I said, I got to let this season kind of play out a little bit more for certain situations and certain things that are going on. But she doesn't do that. She doesn't do what we think she did. And like I said, that Kingsguard basically was like giving himself up, and she's like, no, Now she does start blaming other people that's there in the audience as well. That's kind of like watching this whole thing kind of play out. Like, you guys like are part of the reason why things are like uh, going super bad. But yeah, I mean, but anything else, like I said, I thought it was a great, super great, well acted moment in the show. Probably the best so far of the season. We only have 2 episodes, but yeah. Anything else you wanted to say about that?
No, that's about it, man. That's it in that emotional scene. It was beautifully, sculpted and really set the tone for the episode. And you really wanted to figure out what was going to happen from next. You felt like Renee was going to be out for blood. What was her next plans? Was it going to be impulsive? Was it going to be strategic? Was she going to execute it correctly? Was it going to go well? So I wanted to see how this all played out throughout the episode.
Yeah, and then we got to the spot that I was wondering about because we had Sheep Stiller,
Mm-hmm.
the dragon. We had one of the other granddaughters that didn't have a dragon. She ends up getting Sheep Stiller, which is different from the book. That was a totally different character. I think her name was Nettie. That was supposed to be the character that rides around on this particular dragon and stuff. So that's a change. Could be good or bad. I don't know 100% because we didn't get a lot of the aftermath. We just got some in this moment where she shows up at the area and she's like, this was the place that she was told to go to begin with, and then she was being shipped off, but she never left. She ended up getting that dragon because she didn't leave, and now she's showing up saying like, "Didn't you want a dragon real bad?" Because homegirl's like, "Nah, dog, I ain't got nothing to do with you. Like, you're just
Yeah.
gonna cause me harm." And she's like, "Oh," she offers up that dragon and says like, "Hey, didn't you always want one?" Homegirl thinks about it for a little bit, but then still kind of turns her down. So she is pretty much getting punished for this a little bit in this instance. But yeah, what did you think about like just that whole situation? Like, do you think Homegirl deserves to be punished in some way because of what she did showing up is the reason why Jace ended up uh, being killed? Like, it's her fault because like Sheep Stiller wasn't paying attention. She hadn't trained
Yeah.
enough to be able to control the dragon and all of this stuff. So yeah, what do you think about this part?
Yeah, I was interested to see how they were going to wrap up this whole storyline with Sheep Stealer, or not wrap it up, but more like move it along. Like, was he Sheep Stealer and her going to go over there and face Rhaenyra and go through the punishment of that? Uh, or the other thing was going to be, can she find asylum? Can she escape and find asylum somewhere? And so they showed that she found asylum in the Vale, and she quick thinking by her to offer her services up to the dragon. She could have been just
Mhm.
easily like, okay, I give up and I'm going to go face my punishment or go find somewhere else. But she quickly, offers the dragon up. It piques the interest of the woman in charge, and she quickly says, it's a big place. If your dragon ends up grazing somewhere, I can't really, do anything about it. But I'm not going to take responsibility for it, or it's not going to be on my head if anything goes wrong, or Rhaenyra finds you here, so you're on your own at that point.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things I'm going to be looking for is this character.
Mhm.
And like I said, there's a little bit of a punishment here because she's being kind of like cast aside, even by somebody
Yeah.
that she's like hoping to get asylum from, and then they're not offering it up to her. So that's a little bit of a punishment there. But for the stupidity that this character has done, there should be some kind of price to pay. I
Yeah.
don't know if this is big enough yet, like just because you get kind of shunned a little bit.
Mhm.
We also find out later in the episode that like uh, Damon and Rhaenyra know that Sheep Stealer was there. They know somebody was riding. They just don't know the rider yet. So it's
Mhm.
going to be interesting to find out like what's going to happen when they actually find out who was riding that dragon and stuff. Eventually, it's going to happen. You can't be like hiding with a dragon. There's where are you going to hide at, right? Like, I mean, that's going to be obvious. Like, people's going to know, oh shit, there's a dragon. They're going to see somebody on it. So
Yeah.
uh, news is going to kind of travel fast with that kind of situation. So with this character, this part of the story, I get why it's in there, but it's more of a wait and see. Don't know if I really like it or not. I'm gonna find out later on during the season if I really like that. But when that happened, we get to see Damon again, and he's out there with the Northmen, partying it up a little
Yeah.
bit and stuff like that. This is where he actually gets the information that he's got to go back. He's got to go back to King's Landing. He orders the White Wolves, I think maybe like their nickname, the old Northmen,
Yeah. The
to
OGs.
start mark. the LGs, the OGs, to start like showing up, start marching down to the King's Road to King's Landing because that's where he's got to go. I actually enjoyed the hell out of this scene right here, just because it's fun. The Northmen are fun. These old guys know that they're not long for this world, and everything else. It's like we're here. Like I said in the last episode, we did that review. It's like, bro, we're here to die for the queen. They didn't say we're here to live and protect the queen or anything. They said we're here to die for the queen. But yeah, man, how'd you like the interaction with like Damon and the Northmen there for that little bit of a spell?
It was so fun, man. Like they're hearing the song, they're singing, rhyming, having a good time, drinking wine, you know, celebrating the victory. There's head on a spike, there's a lion on a spike, you know, to symbolize Lannisters, that dude's head on the other spike. It's kind of like like you said, you know, like you don't know, like you're probably gonna die next battle, most likely, or one of these battles you're gonna die. So why not live it up a little bit instead of being like only somber and only like, you know, like locked in, you know, like, oh yeah, we're gonna have wine, we're gonna drink, we're gonna celebrate, and we're gonna have a good time. But then quickly the scene changes to very like somber. He gets the news, and then he snaps into action, right? And he understands that he can feel the pain that Rhaenyra is probably going through. He knows that he has to be there for her. He knows he has to be the strength to rock for her, possibly. So he snaps in, gives directions to everybody, kind of fires you up, getting ready. Like, okay, we're gonna be the fist, you know, and we're gonna go out there and fist people. So let's do it. I was ready.
Yep. I agree with you. Like I said, it was a fun scene, and then seeing the different interaction between like him finding out the news that like Jace is dead and everything else, and the plans are changing and all of this. Like I was expecting it to be different, and it should be because that wasn't his son. Even though like him and Rhaenyra are married, and technically it's, you know, he became the dad like basically because of the marriage, but you know, that's not his like true born like son. He's not the father of Jace. So like it was going to be a little different. It wasn't going to be as emotional, but yeah, I kind of dug it.
Also fits Daemon, right? It also fits Daemon. You feel like this would what Daemon would do. You know, he is the brutal, you know, head on the spike guy, but he's also like gonna have fun. He's gonna enjoy like celebrating death. Like he has that kind
All
of
right. Well, yeah, I was just gonna say that, like, but then that, you know, I think that scene's over. I think we're going to probably find out if Corlys is still alive or something like that. That's what I was kind of thinking in my head. But before that happens, that like witch lady that's been at Harrenhal this whole time, her and Daemon kind of have a discussion, and she's let it be known, like, hey, when you get there, make sure you let her know I want Harrenhal.
Yeah, this is a common. I think this is like a cozying theme, like the women really jostling for power, whether it be the witch, the Allison, the mistress, Daemon's mistress, cozying up to Rhaenyra. There's a lot of women trying to jostle and put themselves in position to get what they want. So I think this is the first introduction of, you know, somebody actually going after what she wants.
Yeah, and she's trying to sneak her way into it. Like Damon was saying, like, you have no like important figures. Like, you know, it would be something he could do for her, basically, if like she was married to some kind of high lord or something like that. Like he can make some kind of play for it. But he's basically telling her like, I can't really do it because I don't have like, you know, you don't have anything in significant for us to be able to give you like a whole castle.
Yeah. You don't have a title. You're not married to anybody noble.
Yep. All this stuff. So like, yeah, you know, you could tell like she's not very happy with that and everything. And then Daemon leaves. And then this is where we see like the interaction between Corlys's kids, like the ones the two brothers that like he didn't really recognize too much because of him being married. He didn't want to upset his wife at the time. And then like the granddaughter here. I thought this was a pretty cool moment, like with them having like a pretty cool like little discussion, you know, like about Corlys a little bit and everything else, and like, hey, like I know you were kind of like supposed to be forgotten kind of situation just because he loved like my grandmother so much and everything else, and that kind of stuff. But I thought it was like a pretty cool little moment with this going on. And then the other brother shows up on the dragon, and this was like a weird kind of thing.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that in just a second. But go ahead. What'd you think about the moment between like the siblings getting together, Corlys' siblings getting together?
That was a nice little sweet moment. She expresses her distaste for losing people, her frustration. Obviously, she lost Jace, and then she just overall just tired of war, tired of the loss of people, and also explained to Alan, like you're trying to set up Alan and Corliss's kind of relationship going forward, and see the bond grow between them, and try to Alan's tough exterior from not being claimed, and Corliss's regret but still admiration for what his son has become. So it sets up that kind of dynamic, and it's a little good back and forth, and a little cute little moment in the story.
Uh, and it is kind of jumping around a little bit because
Mm.
like after that we get the moment with Loris and the used to be Master of Whispers that has Aegon, and they're
Mm.
trying to like basically escape and everything else and get out of here and find a way to try to like get back up with whoever so that they can do what they need to do. You got this moment where they have a ride that they're going on. Well, it gets stopped in the middle, and there's some kind of battle going on. We see Loris like open the door, and some dude gets immediately shot with an arrow, dead. We even see Aegon like jumping down. I thought this was pretty funny how he falls on that one guy and he just starts stabbing the shit out of him for no reason. Like uh, in that situation, I thought that was pretty funny. Like it's almost like this is going to be the funny part of the story.
Yeah.
Like so, like you got all the serious stuff going on with the strife between like all the politics and
Like a funny
dragons and
buddy
all this
cop
stuff
movie.
happening. And this is like supposed to be, I think, going to be you get a little comedy relief because that stuff to me was like funny as hell. You got one guy that's like he's
Mm.
like freaking impaled onto like the cart they were riding in and stuff. But even like the stuff they were talking about before the little mini battle happened,
Mhm.
where he's like, "You haven't asked for any milk of the poppy," and he's like, "You must be feeling better. You haven't asked for any milk of the poppy," and he's like, "No, I have decided I'm not talking to you anymore." Like, so it's got that. I don't know if a lot of people may or may not like that part. I think it's okay. It's not gone
Yeah.
too far to me like Goofy, but it is a little bit of a comedy reprieve.
Yeah, definitely. They got some humorous moments, and hopefully, this is a transition of showing Aegon becoming like from like disabled and weak and all that situation to becoming more powerful. More he starts to morph into as we see what's going on. So I'm interested to see if that's what the direction is going to be going forward as his journey from relying on like pretty much morphine
Yeah.
and all messed up to like, okay, I'm a badass. I'm here. Or he's just gonna get chopped down like easily, like Game of Thrones style. So we'll see.
No, yeah, and I'll tell you this much too, like, because we're going into the moment that
Mm.
this was a little weird. So, like, obviously, a while
Yeah.
ago, we were talking about like the siblings getting together, they having like a little cool talk and stuff. They're trying to search for Corliss, and like, nah, we're not ready to say he's dead yet. We do see the one brother fly by with a dragon. He kind of looks down and he kind of notices something a little bit, but
Yeah.
they don't make it obvious like in the
Yeah.
episode because he keeps riding. He doesn't like immediately turn his dragon around to check it out. He just keeps soaring by.
Yeah.
And then as soon as we have the little situation with Loris and Aegon, uh, we just go to a scene where Corliss is already talking to all three of them.
Yeah.
And it's like, how did that happen? How did like Corliss not only be found and alive, but now they're all sitting together having like a little fireside chat going on over here? It almost like that was kind of like either an editing mess up or something like that. But that would be one thing I'd say, like in this episode, everything so far up to this point, I was like, all right, I'm digging. But then me and you both during our live,
Yeah.
how the hell did he's like, how did that happen? They didn't set that up at all, period.
Yeah, it was a little weird because it starts off with him, like you said, on the dragon. He's circling all these dead bodies. They're showing all the bodies and stuff like that. And he, like you said, he passes it, and they kind of hint at looking down at something, but they don't really make it obvious. He has no emotional reaction. He doesn't circle the dragon or anything, or point or do anything, that would tell you visually that he found him. They take a shot of Corliss just chilling on the beach, unconscious, and then the next time we see all these people is they're just chilling, having a good time, talking. And I'm like, it just you could have just easily just make a little more effort and just have him circled up, picked up, or something, or be like, "Hey, look, I found him!" Like, and the next thing,
Yeah, or at least
okay,
point to him, or
yeah,
like I said, all they literally would have had to do in that position is have him like turn the dragon around.
yeah,
He wouldn't even have to say anything. He looks down, he
Mhm.
notices something, and he has the dragon turn back around, circle around to see what it is. And then when we come back, oh, it's like, okay, obviously he found him.
yeah,
That's what happened. But that was a little bit of a weird editing thing, I
yeah.
think, or whatever. And then we see like a thing where Allison sees her son that she made out with last week. Uh, Finally getting on the Big Daddy Rhaegar and like
Uh-huh.
flying off into the distance. So she's got him out of there. That's the part of the thing that she was supposed to do. She was also supposed to give up her burnt up son as like basically a sacrifice, but like he had already escaped before she had came back after she had talked to Rhaenyra. But yeah, we do see him go, but then it also goes to her going to the gold company, the gold cloaks, not the gold company, but the gold cloaks that are actually like the people that are basically like the police for the city. She shows up there to talk to the leader, and we had to spend a couple of seconds with some random dudes just naked as hell, dicks hanging out.
Yeah.
So we had to have that part, one of the game of
Mhm.
things they do in the Game of Thrones. And here we go. They had that discussion, basically setting it up. Now, because of what we know at the very end of the episode, what happens, Greg, do you think this particular part of the show did they make it to where you were like, was this enough to justify what happens at the end of the episode? Basically, is what I'm asking.
I don't think. I think the whole past what have happened has justified what happened at the end. In my mind, I don't know if this is necessarily Allison's whole situation, but she's going. She has like a little side. She has her missions, right? She's trying to negotiate. She tried, mission one complete. Get aiming on Vagar to the and has sent him off so he can't protect what's coming in. And then it was like you said, their offer her son up didn't work out. Now she's trying to go to the different guards and get that situation knocked out. But her guard betrays her to the other guy, but the other guy screws up because he goes for the, the bad situation what he tries to do in this episode, and that gets him caught up, and Allison's able to skate by on that, and so she pretty much completes it in a roundabout way, and her plan is to sneak off and get unnoticed while everybody's still here. So she doesn't necessarily gonna offer herself up or like say like, hey, fully trust Rhaenyra to do the right thing. She's gonna go ahead and just sneak off.
Yeah, just be honest with you on that particular part is like I just don't think that this is another kind of criticism I'll have. I don't think it's like super bad like necessarily, but I don't think it was a setup enough. This discussion that she has with the gold cloaks to me was like wasn't enough for me at the end of the episode to be like, oh, okay, cool. They got this like all situated. And then there's another problem with for the end of it, and we can talk about that later when we get towards like the end of the episode, is like when we were talking about them going through the castle.
Yeah.
Like, bro, two people? Like, what are you talking about? Like, so to me, this should have been like, okay, she sets it up a little bit, and then that guy gets up with Damon somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, bro, you used to be my commander. I'm with you. I thought Rhaenyra should have been queen this whole time. So whenever you come to the castle, we got your back situation. Then to me, that clears up a lot of stuff. But in this particular moment, it's like, okay, cool. They're involved in the gold cloaks at least. They didn't completely forget about it. They're trying to set it up. I just don't think it was a good enough setup.
Okay.
Like, as far as like getting thoughts in your mind, like, oh shit, when Damon and them show up, that they got them on their side. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I get where you're trying to do like a little surprise. You don't want everything to be known, but it's because of how they did the end of the show in this episode is why I would question it. Like if Damon and them were going into that castle and they had like some men with them, right? So it wasn't just a couple of people. They had like it didn't have to be a huge amount. Say like 20 soldiers with them.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just them two walking in. Then I could have been like, okay, I kind of see this and everything else. But I thought that was one of the weaker parts of the episode as well. Still enjoying the episode, still like the episode overall, to be honest with you, but went through that. But then we got Damon showing up, and he like punks these guys out, bro. He's like, for one, where's the third? They're like, oh shit, he left too. And then like, bro, what was y'all doing? We gave you orders. And then like when you decided that he wasn't coming for you to be able to do your surprise attack, why did you wait 2 days for it?
Yeah, I mean, they're not really soldiers. They're kind of just regular people, so they're kind of like questioning things. They're kind of like doing self-serving a little bit. And Damon's like, no, bro, like what are you doing? Like, just do don't think. Your job is not to think. Your job is to jump and move as we tell you to do. So and then he slaps the hell out of him, knocks his feeling out. Then we get on board, and then we're up to date. Like, hey, now we got you, and you know what you need to do.
Yep. And then I thought it was kind of funny this part of the episode because like Damon's kind of going through the 3 rungs of the castle here. It's like the lower level, he had to smack those guys around. He's like, why are you doing this bull crap? And then, like he has history with the lady that's been kind of like there with Rhaenyra, kind of giving her some advice and everything.
Yeah.
And he walks up to her. They're on their own for a few minutes. So it was an interesting conversation they had, but he's kind of like already showing the fact that like he doesn't trust her. Like, why are you truly here situation and all this kind of stuff. So they're setting that up a little bit of the chaos. And like, to me, I hope, and we don't know, but I hope that this lady doesn't become Damon's downfall just because of the fact that like he kind of knows it already. So he should be like, ready for this kind of stuff, if you get what I'm saying. Like they're already setting up in the show right now that like he already distrusts her, so he already kind of senses that like, bro, homegirl may not be the best thing to be having around. But yeah, like he's basically like going through the castle, like meeting all the people he hasn't seen in a while, and like, what's up, size them.
Yeah, they're setting up to see who has Rhaenyra's ear, who has really the trust of Rhaenyra, right? They do some slide talking and they go back and forth. She slips in, don't forget who's been faithful to you. And he lets it be known he doesn't trust her, and like, are you sure you want to be in league with her after everything? And so it's gonna be a battle of who can bend Rhaenyra's ear, like we've seen in Game of Thrones, right? It's who can bend the ear of who's in power, or who can jostle themselves and put them in position to kind of manipulate what they get and get what they want. But
yeah, one of the things that I would like to we're going to talk about right now is because it happened during our reaction when we're actually watching the episode live, is a situation where Damon, after he gets through talking to her, he's like basically rising up the castle like we were just talking about. It gets to Rhaenyra. She's in the bed like crying and sobbing and stuff because like, hey, you can kind of understand she just lost a son. But like, I think you mentioned this during the live reaction. Like, it even asked me, like, how do I feel about her kind of just being like, just sitting here weeping and stuff like that, and being like so upset.
I think it was I think I mentioned it when she has to go later on and do what she has to do. After already processing and being, because at that point she had processed this grief a little bit, and she was kind of enraged at that point. And she was out to, go get King's Landing and go, kill everybody, kill the king and do what they need to do. So I was like, for her to regress and go back to kind of a sobbing state, not wanting to do what she needed to do and kill who we'll talk about later. I was just asking that question: is you like that revert from her?
Yeah. So like, to me, I'm fine with her being upset. Obviously, she just lost a son and everything, but like, as it goes, though, for you to be like just hiding up in your room, you're in the middle of this war.
Yeah.
Like, things bad are going to happen. You should already be somewhat at least mentally prepared to know that it can happen. It's still going to suck when it happens, but it's kind of like a thing like if you're in like, you're playing sports or something like that, right? And you like, maybe you roll your ankle a little bit and it hurts you a little bit, but you keep going because like, like that adrenaline and stuff like that's kind of taking over, and there's so many things happening around you, you just kind of forget it a little bit. And then like after the game's over with or something like that, you're like over here wrapping it up and it's turning purple and shit, you're like, oh damn, I really messed something up. With her, it's like there's so many things that has to be going on and stuff that go up there and lock yourself in the room. I don't know. And then it like persists on later on in the episode whenever like we actually get to the her trying to take over the castle. But I understand why it's happening. And then like Damon's like, oh yeah, by the way, Aemon left with Rhaegar, and then she kind of sits up. Oh, it's like, hey, like she's gonna go do her thing. She's gonna have to stand up and be strong. But it's like that's some of the things, like, right, and you can kind of say like she never was really truthfully taught how to be like a queen, king, you know, a ruler of the land of Westeros, and like she's kind of having to learn this stuff on the fly and how bad it sucks. Everybody wants this power to a certain point, and like when they get it, they realize it. Not necessarily being the top. Like it's almost better sometimes to be that second in command. You know, like to me, I would have loved like whenever his brother was still alive and Rhaenyra's dad was still alive. Like whenever like that moment, like to me, I always thought it was. I would love to be like a Daemon. You're kind of up there. You get some privileges, right, because your brother's the king and everything else.
Yeah.
And like now you get to like just sit up there and hang back. You ain't got to worry about the realm being pissed off at you. You can just show up. You're kind of like the backup quarterback that comes in and throws like every now and then kind of situation.
Lights up preseason, has a good time.
Yep. And then we get into the scene that you were talking about a second ago, where Alicent's out here trying to get all her stuff packed up that she really needs. You know, like making sure everything's good to go so she can get the hell out of here. And then we have old Jasper show up. And Jasper's got to do what Jasper's got to do, I guess.
Yeah.
And he gets into him and Alicent get to altercation. He's trying to like dominate her to obviously do some bad things. And then she picks up like something heavy that's on one of the tables and hits him upside the head, but that still doesn't take him out. He ends up getting her on the floor and he gets her hands behind her back, pretty much putting her like in a very vulnerable situation or whatnot. And the Maester shows up with like, I think it was like at least one guard or somebody else came in there with him at the right nick of time and stops it. And he jumps up real quick. Like, but like, yeah, I was like, brah, you caught, you're done. Yeah. And he was like, oh man, like she's betraying. It's like, yeah, bro, that would have worked. And the Maester even says it basically is like, I don't know what the Queen Regent has done, but like I saw what you were doing now.
Yeah.
Which is pretty stand up for the Maester. I got to give that Maester some props. So we got Jasper over here, like, you know, yelling out treason, but it's like, bruh, why was you trying to do any of that? You had her dead to rights. Yeah. If he does nothing of the altercation, if he doesn't try to fight her, if he doesn't try to take advantage of her, like he's set. Like they'll probably listen to him. All he has to do is like not do something stupid like this. It was so dumb. And this will be one other thing that may not be as set up enough. Is like, why? Like there wasn't nothing where you ever saw this guy like, you could have had a couple of scenes where Alicent's doing something and he's like walking by and kind of gives her like the second look situation. It's like he just decides to be stupid and dumb almost out of nowhere. With that, what's your thoughts on this particular moment?
Yeah, it just I don't know what you're thinking. I mean, it just your animal instinct or animal whatever just takes over, and you're just like, I don't know. It was just so stupid. And then the Maester comes in, and I like how the Maester is not dumb, not completely dumb, right? He takes that guy out for doing the wrongdoing, obviously. But then he also lets her know, hey, I know you're up to something. Like, I know you did something, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like he knows what's going on. He has an inkling of what's going on. So it was good to see that he just wasn't completely, just, you know, oblivious to also what was going on.
No, yeah, I totally agree. Like, I actually like the actor, too, that plays the Maester. Yeah. I thought he's done a pretty good job through the season so far. The same thing with Alicent, though, too, is like she's been pretty damn good. Rhaenyra comes down, says, damn, we're going to King's Landing. I don't care what the hell none of y'all think. I lost my son. We're getting out of here. She has a little moment with the lady that Daemon used to be with back in the day, like whenever he was doing his like shenanigans. And he sees that moment and walks by her. And as they're leaving, he kind of like makes an observation about her, like, hey, it looks like you put somebody else in there that you trust or whatever. And Rhaenyra's like, yeah, she's helped us out and stuff like that. And he's like, oh, just an observation. She started to get a little mad because he was asking questions about it. And then he like you almost they've almost made these other dragon riders stooges to a certain point.
Yeah.
He turns around, especially the one that was always trying to drink and have some fun, turns around and says, make sure you know what the plan is, basically, before we go down here to King's Landing. You're going to flank us, and you ain't doing shit else. Not a damn thing. That's all you're going to do. You're going to be watching the skies for anything that might try to come in while we're doing what we have to do. And then we get on to Allison, and she's talking to her daughter, saying, "Oh yeah, you're the queen." Basically, Allison's, to me, her whole game plan is, my sons suck. Both of my sons, they're kind of crap. We don't give a crap about them, or she don't even give a crap about them. She was willing to sacrifice one of them, to be honest. And like, she's like, my daughter, at least she seems like she's a good person. So I'm going to try to fix everything. And do all this. She even goes to the point of saying like, you're the queen and everything else. So I guess you could throw in there, is she trying to set it up to where like later on when she gets her foot in, and maybe she's probably trying to head to her dad right now in the high towers to try to get some strength maybe, and then like try to come back and say, no, it was my daughter that was the real queen, heir to the throne. What's up? What do you think about all that situation? Her setting up the whole like gates and telling Frederick, hey bro, you might want to not try to fight.
Yeah, I mean, Allison executes her plan, right? She's to a certain extent, other than her son escaping, she gets everything what she needs to get done, and she kind of improvises on the fly during this whole situation. She grabs the queen. She has, like, hey, you have more power than me. You let these people know what's going down. You can, influence them a little bit, and then she also uses her own influence, which she's been doing, on different people.
Yeah.
Using kind of like her words, and so she's done a good job of manipulating people and getting what she wants. So all in all, she's it was a great. I enjoyed her acting, throughout the episodes and the seasons. So
Get into another action. Rhaegar shows up with Aemon, and they like basically start setting fire to everybody that's walking around Harrenhal and everything else. We also got a glimpse of Christian Cole. He doesn't show up again, except for like 5 seconds in this episode. He was probably in 5 or 10 seconds in the last episode. One of the major characters kind of being like, bro, he's kind of missing. Hopefully he gets put into play a little bit more here, because like I liked hating on him. But it was funny to me that he gets off the dragon. He takes out a couple of people, looking badass. Gets to the Harrenhal, gets inside the castle, walks up to the table. And this is exactly like, I thought it was funny because he shows up to the table, and just like when Daemon showed up at Harrenhal the first time, they're just sitting there eating and like have a discussion. Like, it was the exact same way when Daemon showed up, when Aemon showed up. Obviously, Aemon's a totally different person. This doesn't end very well. The whole like basically lord over there at Harrenhal, Aemon's like, Brock, get that sword. I don't want a sword. I'm not gonna get a sword. He knows it's a death sentence if he grabs a sword, like automatically. He tries to weasel his way in there, and he gets taken out. And there's like a fight scene we get with like a couple of guys that were Aemon basically just is dominating and killing them, but one guy does come from the back, and while we were watching it live, I was like, bro, did he get him? Like, so he stabs at him, and but I thought I recognized there was like blood on the knife when he pulled it out. Yeah. And like you wasn't sure at the time. Come to find out, he did get stabbed, like literally in the back, and then that's a witch lady shows up. We know what she wants.
Yeah.
How do you like where this part's going?
Not really in love with it. Obviously I love that he took out those guys. Like, let's not talk about, like, you're not gonna get away with just talking, bro. Like, we'll just kill these people. Let's get these people out of the way. And then that guy stabs him, and you're kind of confused. Like, did he get him? Is in the armor blocked it? What's going on? And then all of a sudden, he just kind of like stumbles and starts going down. And you're like, oh, really? Like, and obviously, he's not gonna die. Probably, most it's like that. So even though it's Game of Thrones, you're like, they're not gonna kill the guy like this. So she conveniently walks in. You know what she wants? She wants Harrenhal. She's gonna sink her teeth in. Try to get what she wants for saving him. So we're gonna have him conveniently taken out of action for a little bit, and that whole situation. So it's pretty cut and dry what's gonna happen. You know.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you at the same thing. It's like this is a bunch of change. So this episode, I mentioned it a couple of times during our live reaction, is like there's a decent amount of things that's going to be changed from the book. The book is basically like a history book, so there is things that they can do to fill in, but like things like this are pretty damn like big like parts of the story that would have probably been said or whatever and talked about here. So this is one of those things where some people may or may not like it. Like for instance, you don't know nothing about like the actual story in the history book of like what was told during that. I know some of it, right? So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see like some of the fans, especially that knows like the actual like story like front to back and knows a lot of that stuff, like where is the line drawn, is this too big of a change and that kind of deal, because like the witch is actually she's trying to get Harrenhal, she's probably fitting to save Aemon's life here, but like there are certain things like Aaron ain't gonna die, like if you know anything about the story, not at least yet, and all that. So it's going to be pretty interesting. And we got a chat up here. Way better than episode 1, in my opinion, by Bob. Much lighter, much tighter writing, less stilted, more cohesive, and thematically satisfying. Aemon takes Harrenhal while the Blacks take King's Landing. I mean, I agree with some of those things. I don't actually hate the heirs, although I feel like me and Greg may have like a couple of more problems overall with this episode. Like, I don't think this episode's crap by far, and I don't think Greg thinks it's crap either. Thank you, Bob, for joining. You can join our Discord too below. But yeah, so we do get like he's talking about King's Landing's getting taken over. We got the 4 dragons that show up. Obviously, nobody wants to deal with that crap. They nobody try to fight these dragons. Frederick, that was kind of funny because she Alicent talks to him, and then you don't really know what his answer is going to be. And then the dragons, he sees the 4 of them flying in, and he's just like, oh, yeah, we'll walk away from this. We're not going to try to put up a fight. We're not shooting any of these arrows or harpoons towards the dragons and whatnot, which was kind of funny. And nah, man, like, I will say this show, especially right here at this moment, is one of those things that, like, it can be fun. It can be super fun. Whenever we discuss it, because it's literally chaos. There's just chaos happening everywhere. Everybody's plans, everybody's things that they're setting up is kind of just falling apart, mostly by like not even something that they do technically wrong. It's like happenstance, like sheep still are showing up during the first episode. When Alicent gets back, her one son's gone missing, and like Aemon's like, nah, dog, I'm not doing that plan we were talking about doing anymore. I'm just going to chill here at King's Landing and guard the castle and all this stuff. And it's like all these things are kind of falling apart just through chaos as everything goes. But you have Alicent and them trying to escape King's Landing. You got the dragons and stuff showing up, like I was just talking about. Like, yo, bro, everything's going down. I liked everything that was going on in this like episode, all the way, most of it anyway, up to this point. The dragons just look so cool, man. You can't beat it. The dragons look so cool.
Yeah, I've loved all the dragon scenes pretty much this whole episode.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, so I love all the dragons overall. And these scenes, they've been so cool, and they showed up all badass, and so it was good to go. I love seeing Daemon look badass. Obviously, we saw Aemon look badass in his scene, so we see a parallel with Daemon going into work and doing his thing, which was cool. And then later on, we get some other reveals, so it was fun up to this point.
So I'm not disliking some of the things that are happening and going on, like especially in this episode, setting up the story. But there's a couple of things that I have an issue with is how they're like setting it up. So like with this particular moment, the dragons show up, which is totally cool. Nobody's wanting to fight the dragons. They'll burn them alive, right? But it's like when the maester over there at before they came here, he was like, well, dragons can't walk in the front door. So how are you going to get in the castle situation? They show up here. All it is Rhaenyra and Daemon, and it's just them two, and they walking into the castle. Now, all the people that's outside isn't trying to fight them and everything, but they decide to walk into the castle, and I'm like, all right, cool. We'll find out what happens. They're slowly walking through the castle, and you have like random guys show up that Daemon pretty much just takes out like pretty quickly. Like you said, looking like a badass, kind of like Aemon earlier. He's just mowing these guys down, and you're just like, okay, there's just a couple of them. And then as we slowly progress, there's more and more guys that show up. So it's obviously not safe for them to be walking through here. They don't have no men with them, and they don't know, the characters themselves don't know what's supposed to be the plan ahead. So it's like there's these cool moments and cool scenes and stuff that can happen as they're progressing through the castle and stuff, but like the characters like don't know that. So to me, it's like one of those things where it kind of dumb. How they do this is really dumb. It happens to work out for them, and it's super chaotic how it kind of happens and works out for them. But like, what if none of those things happen? They're done for. They're just done for. Like, and at this moment, I'm not necessarily thinking, oh, the gold cloaks are going to show up at the right moment in time, because, like I said earlier in the episode, it was like they didn't set that up 100% of like me want like the first thought. Whenever the gold cloaks show up in this moment, I'm like, oh yeah, right. The Allison had a talk with them. That guy knows Damon, so it makes sense that they're going to team up. But it was one of those moments of like, okay, well, shit. Good thing they showed up at the exact right time, because if not, you both were possibly dead. You got a King's Guard, and he's got some of his own men there to like take things out.
Yeah, buddy.
And then we do got another comment here by Bob. He said, overall, pretty faithful to the books, much more than episode one. Yeah, like, so I know some of the story and everything, like I was talking about earlier, but I'm not like an expert.
Yeah.
I'm not an expert over here and know every little point. I just know there are things that are happening that is different than what was said. And there's a lot of gaps to fill in, too. So, like, it's according on how you take it. But yeah, like, so I mean, did you agree? Do you agree with me, like, you know, with all that situation, with how they're walking into the castle boldly, just two of them, and especially when you got Rhaenyra, that's like not really like known as a sword fighter.
Yeah, I'm okay because I know where they're. I mean, I'm always for like, I spend disability and stuff like that. When it comes to these scenes and different shows of you showing the main character or one of the main characters being badass and just taking on everybody. It's not realistic, but it's fun to watch. So I kind of like just let it go and just enjoy the dumb action that it is. And then obviously like it plays into the other surprise you get at the end that sets it up, because then you're in a situation. We'll talk about it later, I guess.
No, yeah, no. I mean, we're at that part of the thing. We're at the part where they're in the castle, like doing the whole shindig, and like my thing would be like something simple. There was a couple of things simple in this episode I think we could have made it better. And that one of the things here would have been like the gold cloak guy, the leader, like he's writing down a message, and then like you cut to a spot where it's like Damon and them doing something maybe right before they fly over there or whatever, and Damon gets like a little scroll. And you don't even have to say what it's about. He doesn't have to open it like he did earlier in the episode when he found out about Jason stuff. You just see him get like a message. And it's obviously a message that he's getting. To me, when we get to the end here and the gold cloaks are showing up at the right moment, like it makes sense. It's like, oh shit, yeah, that's what Damon got, right? That's why Damon got that message. So he knew that this right here was happening. That's why they walked into the castle, only them two, with none of their men or anything to back them up at all, period. I just think it would have cleaned it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Overall, like I said, story-wise, I kind of like what happened, like the gold cloak showing up and doing what they're doing, being obviously saying like, hey, we're here to support the queen, and Damon gave me the cloak 20 years ago, bro.
Yeah.
So what do you think's going to happen? But
I personally had a little bit of I didn't really, it felt like you already knew something was like, I didn't, so the scene sets up, so you're supposed to believe that it's a trap, right? You're supposed to believe it's a trap, and that Rhaenyra and Daemon are screwed because they're covered by both sides. didn't really buy that. I always knew it just automatically felt like the gold cloak were going to rush in, and that something was going to go down, and they were going
Yeah.
to be on their side automatically. It didn't feel like it was a jump, like necessarily a jump. Like I just didn't get that vibe. So it kind of, if that was what they're going for, I think it kind of failed for me. But ultimately, I like the whole explanation of why the gold cloaks are loyal to Rhaenyra and Daemon,
Hmm.
which made sense. So
No, but it also makes sense. There's going to be people in King's Landing that actually always thought
yeah,
that Rhaenyra should have been the queen,
yeah.
but they had to fake loyalty to the king
To love.
because, like, they didn't have, yeah, they didn't have no chance. Because if you don't, like, in these days, if you're like obviously like against who's in charge, you're probably going to get killed.
Yeah.
But I thought it was cool here though with Rhaenyra. She's like basically like, "Hey, go sit on the throne," and she's like, "Not yet. Bring me Aegon." Basically, because that's what she was supposed to do. She was supposed to get Aegon, basically chop his head off and take over. But Aegon's not there. That's when Daemon gets up with the master, and Home Dude like quickly says, "Hey man, I pledge fealty. You know what it is?" And he's like, "Hey, I can give you something possibly that you would like really well, like too." And we're all like, "Oh shit! Like, what's gonna happen?" Who did you even have any clue of like anybody that it could have been when he
As
says
far,
that?
oh, I had no idea. It was funny because I'd actually I kept asked, like I think 2 episodes now I've asked, where's Otto? Where is it? Where's her father? Did he die or
Yeah.
I don't remember what happened to him. And then all of a sudden you're like, I had no idea who the man in the iron mask was. I didn't know. Well, it could have been a dragon. It could have been a person. It could have been an animal. I had no idea what was about to come out. It was about to be.
Well, Damon goes down there and he sees Jasper, and I'm like, okay, I get because like he was part of the council, like why he could be like an important piece that you get
Yeah.
uh talked about or whatever. And I was like, okay, that's okay, but that's still not like gonna replace like Aegon. He's
Yeah.
just a piece of shit that we saw earlier. This mysterious guy with a torch shows up and says, "Hey, brother, I got something down here for you."
Hmm.
Oh, Laris left you like a surprise. And this is where I thought the episode was ending and I was getting upset. I was like, nah,
Yeah.
bro. Because it goes to a black screen for a while and you don't really hear any noises too much at
Yeah.
all. And then finally you start seeing like the torchlight light up through some holes and you see Damon laughing. And then like I'm like, oh, this sucks. Like they're gonna end. I thought they're gonna end it while he
Cliffhanger.
laughed. Yeah, I thought they were gonna end the episode like right after he laughs. It's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, look at this, whatever. And it doesn't happen that way. The show keeps going, which I was surprised and very thankful for.
Yeah.
Uh, but basically, so you have Jasper gets brought in before Rhaenyra first. And she's like, oh, look at this piece of crap. But then Jasper's like super happy because then Damon says, hey, the rats seem to be getting super big down there. And he pulls up with Otto Hightower, one of my favorite actors and characters that's been part of this new show, House of the Dragon. He gets pulled in and he thinks everybody's dead.
Yeah. He doesn't know what's going on.
Like, yeah. And, but not this. I'm like, oh shit. So I'm thinking, my mind goes directly to how are they going to be able to save his life? So, we're discussing. I'm like, when it's happening live, I'm like, yay. Rhaenyra could do the thing where she's like, I'm not an evil queen. I'm only here to take my rightful spot. I got screwed. They faked the whole situation and basically took the queenship from me. Y'all all know my father wanted me to be queen. He told you guys that, all that. You all heard it. He made people like kneel to accept it at one point and stuff during the episodes, in season 1 and season 2 and all this stuff. So y'all know what happened. But I'm going to show like some mercy. Still going to keep this guy in jail, but I am going to show some mercy here and not take his life. So I thought, well, maybe they're going to play that, right? Maybe they're going to do that. And like Otto Hightower, one of my favorite characters in the show, gets to stay alive. And now maybe we'll get to see him do some things. But that ain't what happened. But what did you think about finally seeing Hightower and him being brought up? Did you think automatically he was doomed, like right off the bat?
It was surprising to see him. Like, oh shit, Otto, where you been at, dog?
Yeah.
You see him dragged in. You're like, okay, this is not gonna end well for Otto. Uh, I thought she was automatically just gonna go ahead and just, but she kind of struggles, and she kind of, I guess, she has memories with him, and she's struggling to go ahead and do the deed. They had a little funny banter. He's like, just don't hack me. Can Damon do it? Like, can
Yeah,
Damon
he's like, yeah, because she says something like Damon's basically like, hey, you got to do the thing, and then she's like, I don't know if I can. She kind of looks away and says it, and Hightower's obviously not that far from him, so he kind of hears it.
like,
He's like, let Damon do it,
yeah,
please. All I ask is you. I just don't want to be hacked up. Basically he's like, I want it to be a clean death.
yeah.
And
So,
the actor plays it well. He plays it well.
yeah, he's good. He's good. Really like him. So, but yeah, Rhaenyra has to show that she's a strong leader. She's a strong queen. So she has to make a point, and unfortunately that's Otto, and it kind of has a fun imagery and leads to some good consequences at the end of the episode. But just the road to the Iron Throne is sometimes paved in blood, and you have to take those steps. And she obviously walks in the blood and kind of walks her way to the Iron Throne. So I thought that symbolism was kind of a very good scene.
No, that was pretty cool. I like that touch right there of like when she's walking away and she's having to like step through the blood. She's trying to like not like fall or anything. And then as she's walking towards the actual throne, you got the footprints of blood behind her. But I thought it was hilarious. She like swings the first time and she's like, she misses and kind of hits him just in the back.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, this is kind of funny. Like, home dude did get his head shut off. Maybe something, like, I still was like, maybe something happens here, right? Yeah. Somebody interrupts it or something for some reason. But no, she immediately just cuts his head off right afterwards. And then the Jasper guy's dumbass, like, said something. Bro, I've been trying to sneak out of there. I wouldn't have opened my mouth for shit. But he tries to say something, and Damon immediately whacks it off.
Yeah, that's that Otto getting hit in the back. I was like, did he get slapped, or was she slapping with the blade, or was she, like, is it stuck in him? Like, how is this? What's going on?
Yeah, it was stuck in him. At first, I'm like, you, did she not even hit him with the pointy end?
Yeah,
with the sharp side, and then like she has to like actually take the blade out of his back, and then you can kind of hear it's like, bro, what the hell is going on here?
I was like, is he safe now? Like, is he just gonna be safe now? And then
yeah, he's just gonna have like a back scar, like.
Yeah.
But no, that happens. She goes and sits on the throne, and then we find out, because this whole time we saw different episode or different parts of the episode where they were cutting in and out of like, is Alicent and her daughter going to get away? They're trying to sneak out. Are they going to be able to make it? And after all this happens, we hear some other noise, and somebody else. It was kind of like we kept getting that noise, like bum bum bum, and it's like another person shows up, and then like something happens, bum bum bum,
like a Royal Rumble, like
yeah, exactly.
Who's next?
And it ends up being that they caught Alicent and them and her daughter trying to escape out of the city. The Gold Coats bring her in with her daughter, and then this is when Alicent sees her dad's head chopped off there on the floor with Rhaenyra. Rhaenyra's got tears in her eyes, like where she doesn't really love like this happened or anything. But yeah, that's the end of the episode. The first episode.
I thought that was very good acting by her, because at first she has the tears of regret, pain, that I had to kill your dad, sadness. But then it slowly tints away to almost like, I had to do this. This is, and I'm not going to apologize for doing it. And, Alicent's obviously going to be, irate, knowing, I don't know if she knows what happened to her father, but then seeing her father covered in blood. But if you would have stayed, like you said you were, and give yourself up, and not try to book it out of the city, maybe you could have talked to her about it. So, but ultimately there's going to be a standoff, and they kind of they end the episode with them looking at each other. So there's going to be a very, whereas Alicent was kind of on Rhaenyra's side and was able to play nicely with her. Now, do you think, and what power does Alicent even wield at this point to get back at Rhaenyra? So it's going to be interesting to see.
They got nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see like how their interaction is and what's going to actually happen because of it and everything else.
Alicent died, now you have to kill Alicent. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's going to be the thing, right? Is like, what's going to happen here? What's going to happen now? It's like, I do like some of the results that happened in this episode.
Yeah.
Like we've talked about before. I overall like the gold cloaks showing up when they did. I think
Yeah.
that's a pretty cool little moment that happened in the episode. I just don't know if they set it up super great. But that's the same thing with like what's going on here is like uh the Game of Thrones back in the day used to surprise you with a bunch of things.
Mhm.
Kind of like the Jace thing in last episode. That was a good Game of Thrones style.
Yeah.
Like it almost gets quiet, nothing bad seems to happen, and then
Mhm.
Jace gets killed like he does, and it's like, oh shit, you're shocked. That's kind of like a normal Game of Thrones thing. So I didn't really have anything to say too much on that first episode. In this episode, though, to me, it was like they were pulling these tricks that Game of Thrones always did, but where Game of Thrones used to always kind of set it up a little better. Like to me, it would have been cool if we would have saw the Master of Whispers actually smuggle
Mm.
Otto Hightower into King's Landing, and it not just be there and it happen and us just assume it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would have been cool to like see Laris like working behind the scenes to sneak him in the dungeons, and nobody knows that he's there, and how he set that up and everything else. Right? That would have been a little cool to like actually have seen that part of it and a setup, because like the first thing I'm screaming at as the episode's ending, with that being said, is like, how did Hightower be there and nobody knew he was there?
Yeah. It's kind of this. Yeah.
And you saw no set, like you saw Loris like not set any of that up. We're just assuming that he's smart enough that he did it. Okay, cool. And I'm fine with that to a certain point, but it's like, bro, I kind of wanted to see like Loris like actually set him up, get him in there. Maybe he's got a network of little spies for him, that's working, that's keeping him out of sight, out of mind, because he was obviously like deeper into the dungeon. So maybe not everybody bumps into that area. Maybe they think that part's empty and there's nobody held there. But like, I'm just left here to assume that Loris was smart. He got him in the King's Landing without nobody knowing. Nobody saw it. And then on top of that, like he had, I guess, a network of a couple of people that was keeping watch and making sure that nobody else saw. Because anybody sees Otto Hightower in the dungeon, that would have been the first thing that would have been said to somebody.
Yeah. We got Otto down here.
Nobody's keeping that secret if they would have randomly walked in and seen that, if you see what I'm saying.
Yeah. I get you.
But that's pretty much covering everything on the episode. Greg, any last things that you got to say about the episode? And then like we can go ahead and throw our score out there.
A little bit of wonky things in here that I didn't care for. Overall, though, still great follow-up episode to episode 1. Really impressed with some acting in here. I like the progression of the story. And I'm looking for, and it's always a good sign when you're looking forward towards the next episode to see how things play out. So I'm all in at this point with the first 2 episodes.
I am all in still. A lot of this is going to be dependent on as we progress through the episodes and like watch them, like how good is there the rest of the stuff done. Because I can overcome a couple of little things that are like nitpicky.
Yeah.
Right? As long as the story's written well. I will say I think the story's written well. I don't have anything written with any or bad to say technically about any of the dialogue or anything that's shared or how that's written. And I don't have any problem with how the story's progressing so far. It was just in this episode I saw a couple of things that I was like, all right, like you're just leaving me to assume certain things. It would have been cool to see this thing. You could have had some cool interactions with Otto in the dungeon, right? Well, like maybe Loris, and they're talking about things. Maybe Loris even tells him like, "Hey, I'm trying to get your son or your grandson like out of the thing peacefully." Just setting up something that's kind of cool that could have been there that we didn't get to see.
Yeah.
But with that being said, like, so what's your final score for this episode?
I'm hoping I gave last episode an 8.5. So if that's true, then I give this one an 8. I thought it was a solid B episode.
Yeah, I'm around you. I'm probably like at the 7.5 level, so not very far off. But yeah, and some of that, like I said, not really based on my enjoyment or things. It's a couple of little things to be set up. But I am super excited still to be doing episode 3, and we'll be doing that together next week. Same time, same LGRN channel, baby. The post credits will be right here for you guys. Thank you for everybody that joined in. that was there during the live reaction as we're watching the episode together on here. And thank you guys for anybody that stood around and stayed around and was here with us while we actually talked about the episode and kind of talked about our feelings about like what we thought as things happened. And there's just a lot of these shows. It takes a long time too. We're like at 2 hours and 16 minutes, but that's because, man, there's so much stuff to cover.
Yeah.
So many things in these episodes.
Jam-packed full of information and things.
Which is good because it could be the opposite of being super boring and nobody. But thank you, Greg, for being here. And thanks everybody else. Like I said, please like, subscribe, do all those good things. You can join our Discord. Should be down in the description. We did get a last-minute comment here. We'll throw that up. As a non-book fan, I thought the episode was a B overall, but I love that final 15 minutes. I really hope Aemon doesn't die like that, though. Nah, you don't have to worry. The witch is there.
Yeah,
the witch is there.
She's got him.
She's gonna be there to slap her little filthy hands on Aemon and everything else. She's trying to get that Harrenhal castle for some reason, even though everybody seems to die every time. They get their hands on it. It's like, bro, I wouldn't want that castle for nothing. You know, like if I did some kind of good deed or something like that, and the king's like, hey, you've been really, really, faithful to me, Lord Justin. I'm going to give you Harrenhal. No, sir, it'll be okay. You can to yourself, like, you can throw one of your cousins or something over there. If you have another castle opening, I might jump in on that, but I'm not going to jump in on this Harrenhal thing. But, all right, yeah, thank you, Loki, for that comment. And with that being said, man, we're going to go ahead and get out of here, and we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Peace.